Hi guys, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. I have a lot to share with you guys today. I did a quick 12 card read just to see what the energies are for all of the signs. I'm going to share a summary of that with you going into this read. It is July 16th, 2019. The 16, of course, is the tower coming up today, and then the 35 that today adds up to, which is an 8. So we have a 7 and an 8 today. 7 is the calm before the storm, and the 8 is the storm, especially with 35 and that wounded warrior energy. So, getting right into that, I'm going to show you the picture of the 12 card read, just so you have a shot of the cards. If I can get it to turn right. Of course not. Just give me 1 second because I have to turn it around. Okay. So this is the read from the 12 card read this morning, okay? So you can get, if I can get the focus to get focused in. Come on, you can do it. It does that sometimes. Let's see if I can get it to focus in better. Well, anyway, you should be able to identify the cards from that distance. I'm going to go through the summary so you'll get an eye. If you have a question, just ask me in the comments. All right, so this morning I did see my cardinal out back again, and it was so funny. He was up on the line in the backyard, and I went out back. Usually he would fly away, and he didn't today. He stayed up on the back wire, and he cocked his head at me a couple times. He didn't leave. He was just like checking me out, trying to figure out what I was, you know. It was pretty funny, actually. So I had a little chat with him, but he didn't run away until I actually went in. Then he flew away. And then when I was out front, I noticed there's a little bit of chaotic energy, like not knowing where to go. Like there was a bird in the middle of the street, confused, kind of going one way and then turning back the other way, not knowing which way to turn, a little bit confused and scattered, like which way? And Chicken Little was coming up. And then another bird darted across my path to my next door neighbors. I did see my dragonfly working in the garden, but I think it was a smaller one, not my usual one. And a plane passed overhead going north. And then I saw like a piece of something on my sidewalk that looked like a chunk of a dead animal, you know, just a little hairy patch. But all the ants and stuff were coming, you know, into it, and it was bringing up scavengers, all right? So coming in for the kill. Yeah, and it reminded me of back when I was in college when my roommate had a cat who had cancer and a chunk of his hind leg fell out because there's 2 cats in the house. But yeah, when they were sick, so maybe there's an animal who is sick. So I also noticed that I had my lawn guys take out some vines that kept growing in from my next door neighbor's house into my yard, and now it's even more vines coming in. So remember, whatever you place focus on brings in more, because the vines are like now reaching for my back door. So that has to do with the grapevine as well, and I'll get into that in a minute. All right, so the summary from the 12 card read for the signs, getting into the energy for the read, because they definitely tie together, and it was done at 9:18 this morning. So I redealt the 12 signs, and Delta Dawn came right up. And again, remember, Delta is the triangle. It's the pooling, just like in the vein, that the valves, when they pool, so that someone might be having a vein valve problem as well. But it's the pooling of the water into still waters coming from the seas and vice versa. I might also notice when I was up at that vortex near me in the mountains, we had taken a picture of some flowers that had fallen on our path. And when I look back at the pictures yesterday, there was a triangle, light or shadow shape around the flowers. So that was kind of cool. And also hawks were coming up, since that's the mountain that I was at. Also the bald eagle came up today. So the 12 signs had ended up with the Page of Cups. That was the last card of the read. And it was kind of like, you know, don't forget about love, which we'll get to that. Earth and air were most significant, and water with the major arcana signs. Water with the awakening, so they're awakening more. Leo, Virgo, Scorpio with major signs, or the trump cards. Leo affected most by the moon. Taurus, Virgo, Scorpio, Pisces are coming up blessed today. Earth, magical. Air, divine, timing, destined. And then water, like I said, awakening more. There were no wands in this read, except at the top of the fire column, which was that wounded warrior, because the fire signs are coming up weak today. No forward movement, all stationary except Cancer, Message, and Pisces offer. Taurus is one-on-one, Aquarius socializing, Aries and Gemini blind, but in different ways. Aries trapped, and Gemini chooses to be there. Virgo and Scorpio look directly forward, in the face of what's here. Leo up in arms, cowering or moody. Libra resting, praying. Sagittarius ignoring, bored, or grounding and integrating. And Capricorn at work, alone. And then I was getting, thy will be done. So that was Matthew 6:10. Your kingdom come, you will be done, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. So it was coming from the kingdom of righteousness, peace, and joy in the Holy Spirit established within the heart. And that came up from the judgment card. And it was Matthew 6:10, which is actually an area code around me, so that was kind of interesting. And at 9:32 was when that all came up. The wounded warrior, which is today with the tower and fire, cowering in the wake of the magician destined to awaken. Earth and water empowered today. Earth more neutral, within or social. Pisces offers the way forward on the journey to boldly go forward where no woe man or woman has ever gone before. Half King of Pentacles and half Queen of Swords, both speaking about how to manifest and their truth, but it's coming up as the masculine side and the feminine, both speaking their truth now. And of course, pure love, don't forget. And the eclipse was at, I'm on East Coast, so it was at 2:43 today. So it just passed recently. So getting into the read today, and the dark night rising was also coming up again as Capricorn falls. Cancer node has taken over, right? Divine masculine, some of them may need to learn to follow or allow others to shine, right? So not always being the sole shining light. Fire gives way to earth and earth to water. Air makes waves. Leo or ego cowers, but children shine like the sun. The Empress moving out, barking orders, but only way out to help to get her butt out of here. Leo, Aries family don't levitate or meditate. They don't do that kind of stuff. They just lead the way through pain and just do it. You know, shut up and do it, that kind of old templating. Fix it yourself or go to hell, I was getting. And then it's funny because another reader, her name is Miriam, she always says, hello, Governor. And that was coming up right there after I said, fix it yourself or go to hell. I was going, hello, Governor. And then leading the way through ascension by example, rolling out your own natural red carpet, no fences, just natural barriers with paths and drawbridges to come together in more controlled or manageable way. Okay. So, mothers, children, divine masculines awaken, depression and looking back at what was missed or bad timing, and just seeing it was bad timing or bad luck. Could be the divine masculine seeing this, divine timing. And also leaky faucet or leaky roof, and then the roofie was coming up again. So still pay attention to that. So no fear and no harping on anything. It's just about being aware and just leaving it alone. Stay present. It's always just to remember to stay present and be conscious of your present moment. So when you are challenged with things, that you're ready to be back in your knowing and you don't get triggered like you used to. You don't react. So there could be leaking in random places, and that also regards the rumor mill, the grapevine. Almost touched, like I said, the vine's almost touching my house from next door. All right, so ground, ground, ground. And remember that the universe always has your back. So it may be for a reason that the vines are growing in or overgrown in your yard. And it's kind of interesting because I was thinking about putting a fence up in my backyard, and now I don't need to, because as soon as I put that out there, my neighbors on the one side got a new fence put around their yard, so I don't really need a fence because now I have growth on my side covering their fence, and the other side has new growth as well, which kind of seals everything around. So just remember that, you know, sometimes if you're patient and you wait, sometimes things take care of themselves naturally. Alone again, naturally. So that was coming up as well again. Okay, so then after I finished that, at 10:44, I was getting Judgment Day, the Reckoning. So I cut the Sirian Starseed deck for this readout on the table at 10:47. 47 is the Seven of Cups, the options, choices, synchronicities, heaven in your eyes, all of that energy about having too many choices. When I pulled up the number cards, I was getting, after I was just talking about love and to bring in love and light into the empty spaces, I said crystalline, and then I coughed. So it was very important for us to start focusing on our diet and our health, what we put in our crystalline bodies, okay? So whatever's for the highest good of your new body. 10:51, 10 of course is the Wheel of Fortune, 51 is the King of Swords. So from the Tarot of Sexual Magic was coming up Justice and the Four of Swords, keeping your environment quiet, so stay in a quiet place. Also, I was getting for the masculine some tummy nerves coming up today, like not major chest or solar plexus stress, but more just anxiety or nervousness in their tummy. And remember to, when grounding that and dealing with body and health, that root type foods are helpful, like potatoes and things like that, but also just veggies, raw vegetables in general, okay, and fruits. So for the masculine read today, it was done 11:03 to 4. So it's 11 is the Justice card, and 3 and 4 are the Empress and the Emperor, which, by the way, both are reversed today. The major arcana for the masculine twin flame read today, and this applies to the feminines too, because we all have masculine and feminine. The major arcana were the Shadow, which is like the Devil, Indigo, which is like the Magician, Alchemy, like the Temperance card, the Wheel, like the Wheel. This is the Divine Wheel. And then the Lovers also came up, and after the read, Solar Deity, which is the Sun, came up. There were 3 swords and 3 wands only. No cups, no pentacles. Swords and wands only. So there's definitely a little nervous busyness here today with 3 and 3, but the 33 is the Christ vibration. So that's coming up as well. We have Page of Swords and Queen of Wands. And then before the read, the Knight of Swords is also there. So Knight of Swords, Page of Swords, and the Queen of Wands. So it could be a mom and 2 kids. Also could just be actions and messages, okay? But the Queen of Wands, by the way, comes up reversed today, and the Page of Swords was upright. The Knight of Swords was reversed. And those are the main characters, and I told you the major arcana, so it's like Capricorn, Virgo, Gemini, Sagittarius, Libra, and Gemini I already said again, and then Leo. They're all coming up here. Leo is after the read, but still a major arcana came up for them. I was also getting that the number 9 was overlooked, so that has to do with the Hermit being overlooked, so that comes up in the read as well. The message here, there were no numerology cards on this line today. It was just about that number 9, which is the collective consciousness, the selflessness, compassion, endings, all that kind of energy. But I was getting a show of power in bridging the gap again. And that can come up as something sagging, all right? But that sag with the Screen Actors Guild came up again because the Queen of Wands reverse is coming up as a drama queen again today. So the show of power in bridging the gap, or the shadow. And then a truck flew south when I was writing this down, but it was smooth. So all goes well, even though something goes south. And something in seeing the number 9. So remember the 9 was overlooked. So you need to see the compassion, you need to see the ending, see the hermit who's alone, to see yourself. Annie also comes up, so if you know someone or you have the name Annie, that was coming up. The I God complex and the Sagittarius, so that's coming up again with the Queen of Wands. But also the I God complex with someone who may be older, right? Because they're starting to sag. But get your gun came up here, as well as be careful in crossing the Sag or the gap. Or the Sagittarius, Devil, or Capricorn was also coming up. And seeing the IX or the 9, okay? So that comes up again as the I feminine. Go to your feminine side, right? Because they're the peacemakers. The masculine are the aggressors. So whenever you're confronted with something, if you cross paths with someone, go to your feminine, okay? See feminine, see the 9, the compassion, the selflessness. If you run into the Sagittarius or Devil or the dark energy, see the hermit or go within. I high vibration, I feminine side. See the one that you overlooked, which is you, okay? It's always going within. And 1111 was definitely coming up in there, as well as 1113, which is justice in the end. Never nearing the end comes up here in this read as well again. The numbers were 30, the number 9 mainly, 33, which is that Christ vibration, came up again. The sequence 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, so the second half of the end, but it's a long ending, right? Took forever. And then 69 is the Ace of Pentacles. 35, the Wounded Warrior, or Mary Magdalene, comes up a lot for that as well. And then 78, which is the Ten of Pentacles, the family, the legacy, the wealth. All right, it's that dream family. So as we turn the page, it was 1119. 1119 is the Justice and the Sun, the masculine energy. So this read gets into some really cool stuff. So listen in, guys. I'm going to tell you the court cards and the signs first, so I get that out of the way. The Emperor and Empress were reversed, like I told you. The King of Wands, there was 2 of them. So it could be the same person, but one is very heavy and dark energy, and one's very positive and light energy. It could be 2 sides of the same person, but one's in the underlying energy negative, King of Wands reversed, and the other one is very light and positive within the read of King of Wands, okay? The King of Cups is upright, as well as the King of Swords, but the King of Pentacles is definitely down. He came up several times in the down position, the King of Pentacles. The Queens of Wands and Cups were reversed, the other 2 upright. The Knights of Wands and Pentacles were upright, the other 2 reversed. And the Pages, the only one that was upright of the Pages was the Swords. So you may not want to deal with the kids today. Knight of Wands and Knight of Pentacles were good, but other than that, you know, and the Page of Swords. But yeah, kids may be moody today. Of the signs, the ones that were up and down, which means it's 2 people or 1 person showing their positive and negative selves, were Sag, but Sagittarius was mostly negative. The only upright was maybe a kid in the underlying energy, but Sagittarius was mostly down energy. But Taurus was also upright and down, and so was Cancer, Libra, and Scorpio. Virgo was down, Gemini was down, Aquarius up, Pisces up, Leo very much down, Capricorn up, and that's all of them. So like I said, in the underlying energy, Pisces was very strongly up, but there may be a Pisces child in the underlying energy that's down or moody or whiny, that kind of thing. And also, like I said, Sagittarius energy may be up in the underlying energy as a younger person, but mostly it's in the down position today. So going on with the read, it starts off with the 9 of Orbs, the 9 of Swords reversed energy. Okay, so it's the purging cycles. Suffering, purging cycles, frazzled direction today, like I said, with the bird in the street. Walking to one room when meaning to go to the other, confused and then wake up to third party, overindulgences, gossip, antisocial behavior, amidst rushing back passionately and then going forward and speaking some truth. Or as the Divine Masculine runs back, changing direction, amidst gossip, etc., Divine Feminine continues to go forward and speak her truth. And I forgot that I wrote this, so the closing remark actually fits perfectly here. So Masculine's running back, And she's going forward. She's speaking her truth, but he's changing directions, holding tongue or holding back an announcement, unsatisfied, imprisoned in stress, purging, up at night, not getting wish, just arrogance and verbal abuse, parting of the waves, and I was getting waves, no longer liking the same things or friends, orchestrating the one that radiates, the one and only, and synchronicities, tuning out the Empress reversed and choosing left while holding the world in his right hand. The Empress reversed, unhappy and bitchy, complaining when has so many options and luxuries. Divine Feminine little girl, still gifting him flowers. It's like the Divine Masculine sitting there thinking of the feminine, and he's thinking of her as a little girl. I'm getting in this read, he sees her out of the corner of his eye, in pink Bonnie, around age 5, as if he had known her back then. And then watering the plants. He's seeing her as an adult now, naked. He chuckles at the cute thought of it. As the bird is about to launch to dreams, to the stars, the bald eagle perch in the mountaintops, flying free together. Clear skies, but guilt and shame of Swiss Family Robinson or Sound of Music Dream, or Happy Family looms over him. Or Unhappy Family looms over him, it actually was. Feeling cheated, or feeling like a cheat, getting away with it, or coming clean, gypsies' tents lined with gold bars, scavengers' gold, others' trash. Making use of every last bit, obsessive-compulsive, neurotic, or Scrooge, attempts to try to control their environment out of fears of homelessness and starvation. So 2 big wounds that come up here. Unhappy past and or difficult kids, arrogance, unhappiness alone, or no satisfaction in achieving a dream. Realizing he has no peace, no touchstone, just half-truths and no safe zone or end zone. Forever stressed, never reaching the end, give them what they want, and they'll just ask for more than that. Nothing ever good enough, so why is he spending his whole life stressed and unhappy and trying to bring happiness to those who won't help themselves or don't appreciate what he does for them, allowing him to make his own dreams come true? And, has anyone done that for you, Divine Masculine? All that you've done for them, have they done that in return for you? Head in the clouds while people stealing and cheating you, while you're not paying attention to the present moment, figuring your happiness comes from suffering for them. So then they'll give you more of that. Rock the boat, don't tip the boat over. Okay, so that's coming up. And then I was getting, whoa, steady now, girl. You can lead her to air, but you can't make her breathe again. As I turned the page, the Divine Masculine, feeling guilt for ending a family and for what he put his twin through. If he accepts his twin, then he must face the music too. Then he would have to admit to everyone, but mostly himself, that he wasn't being real, not connected to higher self. Yet professed he was, as both twins were trying to navigate back home to 0 point. And then as number 9 keeps coming up, definitely September comes up with that. I was also getting August related to the bridging, the gate, Lion's Gate, very important here. Okay, so back to 0 point and 6 to 9. So a bunch of dates were coming up here just randomly. They may or may not mean anything to you, but September 6th and then October 6, 7, 9, 12, 17, 22, and 28 were coming up. In the aftermath of being drained or feeling sick, over-radiated, or just out in the sun too much, sundowning, so somebody could be, starting to get Alzheimer's, or just the masculine could be feeling ascension symptoms and not understand what it is. The Emperor reversed and the Page of Cups reversed, reverting to childhood together, or grandpa and grandchild wearing him out, but it takes him back to being a kid again. Child doesn't care that you're the big boss at work. They only love you for you, even if you yell at them. They may cry, but then they forgive you right away when you stop yelling. Could also be an abusive situation where this man should not be babysitting due to they are an abuser, or because he's losing his mind because he's just getting old and may do something inappropriate with child. Or in his golden years, he does not want to spend all his time caring for another's child when it's supposed to be his freedom time. The Emperor out of control, or ego death, The Page of Cups reversed, shy, rejected, or spoiled brat, it's all the same. Stressed, crying up at night, stuck without peace. The common ground is that everyone just wants to love and be loved, whether old or young. If you get stuck on the stupid stuff, you won't even remember it tomorrow. What's the point? Yelling at kids for making too much noise upstairs. They're only reflecting your inner energy inside. Allow the tears to flow. 1,000 years of tears to fall out. And then fallout shelters came up. Stuck forever underground, what's the point of fearing the worst? Why would you want to live through that? Rough seas, tidal waves. Just nature's way of getting your attention. See me. Reflecting you, saying, I can't see you, Mother Earth. Well, here I am, right in front of you all along. Open your eyes, man. And that when I say man there, it took me back to the Muppets Christmas Carol. Open your eyes, man. I don't know what the line was, but maybe one of you remember. I am woman, woe man. I am woman, hear me roar. Lionsgate, it's not too late. It's never too late. Children come up, and beneath that soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate, but children are affecting your love life, and you're letting them. The sun rays. The sun. It's like the sun coming up as the masculine. The sun says, or it's like the sun talking to Mother Earth. Where are you? I can't find you. Exposing all of the earth as the sun, the masculine. The earth says, I've been here for you even when you couldn't see me. I'm your mother. Now who is it you've been overlooking in the shadows? And then 9 and 18 come up, the hermit and the moon. Just because she lives in the shadows, and this is the mother talking to the sun, doesn't mean she is not of light. You just can't see it. You're too full of yourself. Tone it down a bit at night, and you will get a glimpse of the feminine. Testing her a little bit at a time as you grow. And one day she will take my place in all her shining glory. From the inside out, she is dark, dear sun, because she's been sending you light the whole time. And that was at 12:21. But the story continues. What you think now is not what comes up here. I turned the pages 12:23 to 21 is, of course, the world and ending. But then we have 12:23, which is the King of Wands. Why you've been feeding the image of your mother, masculine sun, to Mother Gaia or Earth. While you've been feeding the image of your mother, or the light side of the moon, the dark side of the moon, the Earth's caverns, are only so because she drained her energy so you could shine so brightly. And this could be referencing to the karmic, okay? So, however, the one who can feed you and never dim has been behind you the whole time. Turn around and see your higher self. Turn around and see the central sun, who you always connect with when you sleep. When asleep to the earth, she's always been connected to you, even when you were unaware at night. Afraid to let go, always halfway eclipsing the moon, is Mother's way of trying to show you without completely opposing you. Because this is the mother saying, if I let you come back home by fully eclipsing the moon or the karmic, you will never turn around and focus on yourself or the central sun. Okay, sun, and sun can mean S-U-N or S-O-N. And then I was getting, turn around every now and then, right? So the song comes up, and then I see the look in your eyes. And I need you more tonight, and I need you more than ever. And if you only hold me close, we'll be holding on, or tight, I forget the words, we'll be holding on forever. So again, that, of course, that's from the total eclipse of the heart. So it's basically the Mother Earth talking to her son, the sun, about the karmic moon and his twin, who's just behind him if he would just turn around and see it all along. The Empress out on your left. The Six of Pentacles, depressed one on the right. Mother about to kick your butt, afraid of rejection, but missing flame. Mother urging you to go live your fantasy family. Stop being such a weenie and go get the girl already. So September and October came up again here. March your ass right over there and tell her how you feel. For God's sake. Green in the knees, how to restrain himself, the masculine, and how to explain the truth of blocking entryway and 2 feathers in his cap, the ruby and glass slippers, how he tried to fit someone else into her shoe. That she wasn't good enough for his style of life, that friends would never have approved, and the divine feminine reflected all his inner wounds, and he didn't want anyone to see them. They wouldn't understand and would shun him, you see. So new beginnings came up as number 1, and then domestic harmony underneath that as 46, which is the magician and the children in the garden. Okay, this is the masculine coming forward to speak his magician embodiment truth and come to some kind of agreement. The 46, the children in the garden, the twins seeing eye to eye in domestic harmony. The King of Wands reversed with no new beginning, snake in the grass, and ladybug, ivy, and night interference. Mushrooms too. It's like fungus. Ooh, she likes that. Wounded warrior, sky jumper, doesn't know which way is up. I.e., letting their guard down in the middle of the war zone to take a break. The masculine saying, unheard of, we don't put up with that crap. We always go no matter what. And then the mailman hacked and spit at my door, which was, kind of vulgar to hear, but that was the energy of the masculine coming in right there, right? Body breaking down after the battle, while he's got a spry young thing who takes good care of the house and doesn't care if he's ever home. Dark nights of the round table, the moon, the inner workings, the chain reaction, as this night turned around, man in the moon and howling dogs fall on their heads. 1253. 12 is the hangman falling on their head, seeing new perspectives. Sometimes they have to be dropped on their head to do that. And then 53 is the Knight of Swords. It's the catapult energy, rushing in suddenly with the harsh truth. The lobster in water, stuck emotions. So when the moon fell over, the man in the moon fell over, and only one howling dog at the moon today, not 2. So he's down to only dealing with 1 howler. But the reason the lobster's in the water, in these stuck emotions, but they harden around him as he stays stuck in the same old rut instead of falling on his head, as all else falls around him. Losing 2 lasers or beams, or laser beams, crystal, old clock, glass ball, where the shoe didn't fit and was forced. However, Lady Guinevere not affected with her birds and her butterflies and ladybug spies, only dressing up when she feels like it, to play dress up. With imaginary gazebo, the wounded warrior with stinger out, and long line of stingers behind them, 8 fall in line right behind mommy's minions, little soldiers who do what they're told. God knows us angels can't be told what to do. We'll do anything for you as long as you don't tell us we have to. After all, freedom isn't getting to do whatever, whenever you want. Freedom is the pursuit of happiness, following your bliss, your own internal compass, your own guidance. And age is a state of mind, not bliss. And that was all at 101, which is 2 magicians with source contained in the human body between. So there could be family interference there, okay? Between the 2 magicians coming together. So of course, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And as I wrote beholder, I was getting be older with the 8 in between, because 8 is the infinity. It's the 0 point. It's the balance, the dance, the integration of your masculine and feminine in perfect alignment. Be older. Be older at 0 point. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Deception of self and disconnect of happiness, stuck in emotions without peace. Children and fantasy legacy affecting your new beginning, divine masculine. not allowing your natural flow, your natural state of bliss, trying to control or not forgive. Even if you want to, it's because you're being obstinate. You're saying, no one's going to tell me what to do. Like a teen told no, who polarizes to show them who's boss of my life. So recently, for the masculine, I'll tell you as soon as I take you around the board. All right, so let's see what's here for the read. We have the underlying energy of the 8. That's actually the 9 of orbs. That 8 of crystals is just below it. And below that is the 9 of cups. And below that is the adept of orbs, which is like the Knight of Swords. The recent past is the alchemy card, which is like temperance. The underlying energy is the indigo, which is like the magician. The center is that 7 of flames, like the 7 of wands. She's tangoing, rising above. And the challenge is the shadow card, okay? This big spider web. Then we have the other underlying energies here, and crowning is the 6 of flames, upright, the journeyman. But in this deck, it's much more about the flames. And then bridging across here to the near future position, which is the page of orbs or swords, or the message. The masculine sees himself as destiny, the wheel of fortune, the romance angel cards there, and then we have around him is the queen of wands, and her energy is reversed in this read. Then we have the lovers as the blocks he needs to clear, which is also reversed in this read. And then we have the 6 of swords, which is also reversed, stuck in their emotions, with the 5 of cups above that, the sun, which is also coming up, reversed energy. And then the 3 of cups at the end there, all right, with the last of the clarification cards and the little sidebar note there, okay? So that's everything. So I'll reposition a little bit so that you can see a little bit more over there. Let's see here. Okay. So recently, there's no alchemy in impatience, as impatience rears its ugly head. Sneakiness and half-truths, frustrations, and tantrums of stuck, unhappy family, with the King of Cups upright. So the King of Cups upright is positive energy, but there's a negative family around him. Could be a Cancer person, a Cancer man, or someone who beat Cancer, so is really seeing the best of everything right now, and looking upon ungrateful children around them. Could be adult children as well. The foundation is the indigo magician reversed, strategizing new perspectives to see all angles, right? They're manipulative to come at this with. Dreams, healing, but artificial light of insecurities shines, presently lying or split, or pulling the sword on Aquarius, Pisces, children or family, sick of it. Ready to cut someone, if not literally, out of life for good, or kid got a hold of a knife or sword, babysitter not watching, or a kid fell in the pool because the babysitter wasn't watching, or is going under. Aquarius and Pisces wounds that need to be cleared, insecurities and manipulations in regards to being a babysitter and or trusting others to care for your own kids. Centrally, for the masculine, the teen showing off their belly or bare skin, holding a flame, entertainer, flamethrower, destined to leap, jump, evil Knievel, offered opportunity, but dad may be grounding and integrating first, especially if this is a child, or it could be somebody else offering him something that's risky. Defenseless to drama queen, always unsatisfied. This is 121. 1 is the magician, 21 is the world, completion, endings. The devil waves again as the Queen of Wands reversed is out of her mind. Okay, so we turn the page, the Queen of Wands reversed amidst the devil and or Capricorn and Hermit reversed or Virgo coming out after isolating and her trying to block them from coming together. And also in this read, I want you to know only the Ace of Swords was upright. The other 3 aces were reversed, which doesn't mean there isn't a new start. It's just not today. But the Ace of Swords was definitely passion, new creativity. Sexual energy is definitely prevalent right now. But there's definitely this Queen of Wands trying to get in between. It can be the masculine's partner or it could be somebody else. It could be a karmic in the feminine's life as well. but someone's blocking them from coming together still, and they're pissed. Him waving, and the hermit's back turned, no affection at home, and angel is horny devil. Presently, no love lost, or lots of crying, dumping, drinking at home, or too much partying. The home is a revolving circle of drinkers coming over, or kids. Due to no affection, angel is inspired to new heights, though. Presently overwhelmed by commitment to self and wanting to fix the house up, so he may be finding inspiration and is using his sexual energy in a different way, in the tantric way. But the Queen of Wands reversed must first get out if he is to fix up the house. Unhappy alone, recovering impatiently, dumping a load, or confessing at eclipse full moon in church, or confessing to God on a trek, communing with nature after leaving work, or now crowning, the journey is on, clingy and insecure, walking away to work on himself, in need of an opportunity, assistance, or help, or need to learn at a higher level or higher degree, or Knight of Pentacles moves on without the Page of Pentacles or King of Pentacles, but then I was also getting Knight moves, all right? So Knight moves also coming up here. But it's coming up like the Knight of Pentacles is leaving. He's not bringing the Page of Pentacles or the King of Pentacles with him. They're both reversed. It's like he's not going to be obligated to people anymore. He's now going to live his own life. So moves on without that Page or King. And then I was getting like Goldilocks, just right. Sudden event, fallout, epiphany at the eclipse about injustice, that he should be held back by his father or child, or father-in-law, or somebody else's child, because it's my life now. After being defenseless to girly manipulations, never satisfied. Oh, please forgive me. Oh, please protect me, support me. Oh, please, you're so strong. Only you know how to take care of me. All they have to do is cry, and the Divine Masculine gives right in, against his better judgment. Not in his truth, all happy but you. Sundowning, Divine Masculine may be worried due to ascension symptoms, defenseless to negative past or bad memories, haunting or past returning to bite him in the butt. Inflamed, again naturally, I was coming up here. Inflamed again, naturally. Bad words exchanged, going over and over it in his mind, expressing feelings about the past and verbal abuse, or heated exchanges with Leo, ego, or kids. Partner all business and canopy bed, sudden jealousy out of nowhere when hasn't paid attention to you in a million years. Unhappy, arrogant, incomplete, without King of Wands at the full moon, or jealous of his attention to the Divine Feminine in another world. Sovereign connected, King of Swords, third party at a distance, coming clean about this now. Karmic may be saying he could never satisfy her, or him saying he's not satisfied with her, and that she's never satisfied, always incomplete, and he wants to now get this done. So this is especially for those who've gone back and forth a lot in the relationship. So soon for the masculine is the Page of Swords. At 149, that's the Magician and the Knight and the Nine of Cups, getting your wish. But that energy was reversed today, not getting satisfaction. So there's news, message, or a child with a little bit of light out of the mouths of babes. The King of Swords, passionate man, dropping burdens and or going to confession again, for rosary beads perhaps, to see in the dark, through the tunnel, 4D bridge, gateway, new passion for God or church, religion, or just guidance, presently free, or a gift. He is the Wheel of Fortune. This is how he's seeing himself. He makes his fate by allowing his fortune. Wake up call. Judgment comes in, or announcements to see me by Divine Feminine. Sovereign and single and ready to mingle, letting go of time, energy, and money to fix things, to repair. Insincerity, jealousy, lackluster, lacking offer of love because he's not offering love. Back to back, the Knight of Cups and the Queen of Cups, upside down, and ending the war within, ending the curses. So curses are another wound that you need to clear or cut. Forgiving and apologizing. So this is definitely energies of the masculine and feminine coming in to meet, and then back to back, neutralizing their energies before they get into it. A reconciliation comes up here, as well as heart-to-heart conversations. Let your friends help you, retreat, and then past life relationship. Yes, you've known each other before. Around the Divine Masculine, or how he is seen, is the Queen of the Night, the Queen of Wands with false light, the Sagittarius, or actor, SAG, Screen Actors Guild, drama queen. Until death do us part, and she meant it. She will kill me first. Spreading the word, news message child, that she's not working due to back issues, or to hold her man down, or a death that she's planning, or seeing eye to eye about ending pain, getting or giving a massage, talking out of turn, or that could be getting or giving a message as well. Not aligned, agreeing this is not working, and she is pissed. Meeting to come to agreement, or it could be a meeting to come to agreement to make as painless as possible, not working, leaving work, and spreading the word, or before the word gets out to everyone. Communication blocked until come to some kind of agreement with big family or legacy between them. Clear blocks, masculines, about breakup, no affection, no sex, getting clear and final. Don't beat around the bush. It's like, if you're going to break up this time, it's for good. It's about having a backbone or spine. The King of Pentacles reversed with the High Priestess, or secret or psychic abilities, that this information will cause the Divine Feminine to not want him. So these are all things, blocks he needs to clear, like assuming that because she finds out certain things about him that she probably already knows, that she is now not going to want him, even if he goes through all of this to get out of his current relationship. Expressing feelings, heated exchange of gold coin, crown jewels, having chosen his ex, or floating money at work, paying to repair workplace or to fix things up with third party through work, or just fixing damages and leaving job, to heal and forgive, weakness, ego, chaos, and Leo blocks, causing unhappiness and fights, battle, conflict, competition, a final quest or final request, right? Someone may be given a final request before they kill you, and another, and another, and another. So that means someone keeps coming back with more requests, more requests, more requests, and trying to end something. The never-ending story, always wanting more, never nearing the end. The jerk, having to leave their house, their great riches behind. Moderation comes up for the masculine from the numbers deck that wasn't on the code line. Moderation, financial discipline, forgiveness, and environment. A green one, a peaceful one. Injustice of a gag order, or just having kept silent, keeping others from the truth, muzzling them, manipulating people to not be in their truth, bound to come out eventually. And that was at 2:14, which is Valentine's Day. And then the August Valentine's Day in the Orient is, I think it's August 7th this year. But the 2 is the High Priestess, and the 14, the Temperance card, are the angels. Patience and balance. Patience. He is unable to find peace in all these lies, which no one is. Caught with their pants down in the wood, can't stop the ivy from poisoning and then growing outside the forest to get help. The grapevine. Workplace gossip, free to leave, free to go. Family cycle over, but battle carries on, morphing into the quest for the impossible dream. Trapped, prisoner, captive, hostage, tied up, hands tied, blindfolded, choosing to stay there, in your head. Family template, wounding, lineage, the legacy of the wounded warrior, the victim mentality, forever the victim after the war is over, never over for them. It's your choice, it always is. You can blame the wealthy or abundant to hold yourself down, or get justice by happiness within. Will make a world of difference. Happy families amidst prisoners and guards. Instead of resenting them, why not join in and be abundant? The family getting between them, Romeo and Juliet, who both died in the end. But now we can transmute negative energies and share telepathic messages twin to twin. There's no reason for Romeo and Juliet to die here. There's always a way around that, interfering family and or legacy, on the football field or in the human body. If you can't go through, find another way around. There is always another way out. Go in to find out. Do you want to live by their rules or yours? Draining you and making you sick, stressed, no sleep, sundowning, nauseous, headache, anxious, heart discomfort, back pain, ringing in the ears, pressure in nose, eyes, jaw and face, tired for no reason, and joint flares. Go within. It's a 228. 2 is the High Priestess. Your psychic abilities. Use your abilities. And then the 28 is the 2 of Wands, the twin flames. Choose your path. Go within and choose a path. Go within and choose a path again and again and again. 3 of Cups, partying, socializing all the time, small talk, gossip, competition to outspend, outwit, out-own, out-travel, out-see, out-know. But what do you really know? Nitwit? Or in other words, show of power. This is nitwit. In other words, show of power by toggling in and up. Wit yourself. And that's at 233. So that's the High Priestess and the 33 of the Christ vibration, which also the 7 of Wands. Standing up for yourself without being defensive and otherwise, in other words, neutralizing your opponent by just staying neutral and not reacting. The full moon, 1 dog plus 1 lobster, howling match. Recovery slowly, but defensivelessness to energies, making it hard to get up. Keeping energy high vibrational, performing, juggling, the daily grind, magnetizing new life. Or saving your money for the Queen of Pentacles, who is now on top and well grounded. Purging, dumped, throwing up, or overwhelmed, impatient to learn, get help or an opportunity, over loss, over self, sharing and rising above, journey on. To carry on, if that comes up again, you can take the long road if you want to, or both of you just turn around and see who's been there the whole time. Let go of your pride without giving yourself away, again and again and again, until you neutralize your opponent. He goes back, she goes forward. Or he goes inward, a hike in the woods, and she comes out to join the wood. Little Red Riding Hood faces the big bad wolf. If they never make it to Grandma's, oh well, maybe next time. That was at 240, the High Priestess and the Page of Cups. It's all about a higher love. So then, purging insecurities, destined to knock over the Queen of Wands, causing her temper to flare, defenseless to the shadow of herself, with news of breakup and attention to being stuck in emotions without peace, trapped, sick, drained, overindulging, purging verbal abuse and unhappiness with work, with insecurities, manipulative indigo on one side and the Queen of Wands reversed on the other, impatient in deception, insecure and defenseless to energies and being in the spotlight, the attention. The challenge for the masculine, the shadow side or Capricorn, destined communication, message, news, child of light. With the Queen of Wands reversed, tantrums and no affection, an unending lack of peace, trapped, drained, sick, or with others who are ill or partying all the time. There's no peace or privacy in his home. Or moochers are always over the house. However, there's a side note here. The Queen of Pentacles is calm, balanced, and alone. The masculine may be thinking to himself. And then as we finish up, we wrap up the read, turn around, ... Total eclipse of the heart. Okay, 243. 2 is the High Priestess, and 43 is the 3 of Cups. And the eclipse was today at 2:43, right when we ended the read. Okay, total eclipse of the heart. So it is 54:10, just as I said that. 54 is that Page of Swords, getting the message out. And the 10 is destiny, the wheel of fortune, fate, good news. The wheel going forward, spinning you fast, allowing you abundance if you'll have it, if you'll catch it. Oh, that just reminded me. That's so funny how Spirit reminds me to do things. Yesterday when I was out jogging, I saw a wish floating in front of me, and I just put my hand out, and it went right into my hand. But the surprise was that, but not even that, it was more, because, where did I put that? Because when I looked at the wish when I got home, because I held it in my hand until then, I realized it wasn't one wish, but it was actually 2.5 wishes. It was like two, you know, a mama bear, papa bear, and a baby bear. So I just want to show you the picture of that because it was very cool. I'm just loading it because I thought it was on my phone, but it's not, so I'm just downloading it from the mail. So let's see what comes up. And then I'll pull you some extra cards. It was just 5530, which is the union and the truth of the matter. Let's see here. Not too long. Be patient. So there's my wish. Okay. See if it'll stay there for you. All right. That's the 2.5 wishes that caught in my hand yesterday on my jog. I just put my arm straight out and it just flew right into my hand. It was very cool. All right. So take a deep breath, you guys. This is July 16, and by the way, this read was for the 16th to the 17th. I don't usually state more than one day, but today I definitely wanted to make sure we included today and tomorrow because I'm going out tomorrow, so I'm not sure if I'll get a read done. So the energies from this read were for the 16th and the 17th because tomorrow's 7/17. Actually, both the 12 signs was for both days and this read, both for both days. So for everyone watching, the best and highest good of all those concerned, what do we need to know? What do we need to learn? To be patient and go within. All right, what are some final messages? We'll ask Joshua. All right, what are our last messages here? That's the twins, choosing left, the feminine, while holding the world in your right hand. Okay. Then these two are coming out, all right? So there's that holding back the new life or holding back and saving, magnetizing money in order to come forward. But here's the Page of Cups that was also reversed in the read today, which is about feeling shy or rejected or feeling unloved. Could be, you know, reacting, whiny, spoiled. That energy was coming up today. But it's like, you know, a kid getting revenge. Like if they feel hurt, they're not going to share either. If you're not going to share, I'm not going to share. That's the energy I'm getting here. You know, so it's like childish behavior. And then I'm getting the Knight of Pentacles with the Ace of Swords, which is very much moving forward, growing up, right? We go from the page to the Knight to grow up and go forward and be practical about things and be in your truth. Offer the full truth, nothing, the full truth and nothing but the truth, right? So help you God. And breaking through the crown of it, okay? Getting to the point and being practical, right? Slow and sure-footed. Okay, and then we have the Four of Wands and the Nine of Cups reversed. And this is about, I mean, it can be someone who was out drinking too much last night, right? So they're hanging out at home, like not feeling good. But this is lack of satisfaction. It can be arrogance. It can be, you know, just unhappiness in general. But he has a smile on his face, so he might have been drinking. Or he could just be drunk on love, actually. And here's union, all right? So definitely could be some positive energy there. He's punch drunk or love drunk. And then we have the Hierophant and the Five of Pentacles reversed. So this is coming back into the fold or coming back, recovering financially or in a practical way. Or actually someone who left the church or left God or their higher self is learning to come back to it now, all right? And this is not about being religious in any way. You don't have to use the word God or creator or anything for those guys who it's not their thing. It doesn't matter. It's just about love and the love energy, which is all the same, okay? It's coming back to you. It's just about you connecting with your higher self and make sure you stay connected because that's your center. right? So when you're frazzled and you're confused, it's all because you're not centered, you're not connecting to your higher self, you're not grounded. And this is reminding you to always keep coming back over and over and over again, okay? Got the twins there. You don't want to both have anxiety and stress and lose your hair. This is about coming together to relax and be good again, okay? Allow yourselves to recover. Allow time and patience to heal all wounds. Okay? But not going back to the old establishment, okay? It's about going back to you always. All right? We have the Page of Swords reversed here, which could be holding back messages. It could be spying. It can be saying immature or mean things, right? Because you're reacting instead of staying centered and not reacting. It could be kids who are just mouthing off too, right? It could be somebody who's bipolar or has, it could be someone who does have some issues that they can't control. And then we have that is the 33, the Christ vibration of the 7 of Wands, standing up for yourself without being triggered, right? Not being defensive. Just standing your ground, speaking your truth, and if temperatures rise, then it's time to just walk away. They won't follow you, and if they do, run. Then we have the Knight of Cups, okay? You don't want to get into a fight. It's better to walk away and let someone else call you a coward than actually have a physical or verbal abusive fight. There's no point to it. Stay neutral until tempers have calmed down, where you can return again and maybe resolve things later. Okay, this is just about, someone might feel jealous or insincere because you have the higher ground and they don't like that because they're competitive. It could be about this person just not feeling like giving love right now. They just might be in a bad mood. All right, so don't be defensive. It could just be a momentary loss, okay? Then we have the 4 of Cups reversed with the family, which definitely came up upright in the read today. This is about being done grounding and integrating and starting over in love, trying to make amends maybe with some of your family members that have actually supported you, okay? It's not about cutting off everyone, it's about connecting. But you don't connect with everyone in the world. You can't. Not everyone's going to resonate with you. It's about reconnecting to the people who do resonate with you, the ones who do support you and give you love. You should only surround yourself with positive energies, things that make you feel good, make you happy. That's what your life should be. It should not be a sacrifice or a chore. It should be happiness, always. Okay? So it's coming out from grounding and integrating to then go forward to your dream life, your dream family, leading the way on the journey. Good news, success, attention, all right? But just doing your own thing, leading the way because you're doing what you love to do, not because you want to be a leader, but because you've just risen to that point naturally by doing what you love to do, and then people resonate with you naturally. Now you have the right people with you. So if you've done something that you didn't like and became a leader, you're going to attract followers, but are they the ones that resonate with you because you're not living in your truth, right? So then once you rise in your truth, you're going to resonate with the followers who follow you because you were in your truth. So then we have the Sun reversed with the Queen of Pentacles upright, which is definitely with the way the read came out as well today. And this is about feeling drained or sick, or people who are draining or sick around you. You don't want to let them pull you down. Look, she's all grounded in good energy. It's about staying in this energy no matter what's around you. And if it's too much for you, to walk away. Okay, this can be radiation, too much sun, right? So feeling sun sick, or there could be someone definitely going through radiation as well. And it could just be kids who are, draining the crap out of you, okay? Give yourself a break. It's always making sure, moms do that a lot where they don't ever give to themselves. I did the same thing when I had little kids, but it's about making sure you give time to you and your adult partner first so that you can be there for the kids, all right? They have their own journey to live. Knight of Wands is reversed, and so is the Emperor reversed, all right? So this could be falling short, feeling frazzled, with intention to run in and get it done, but then falling short in energy. It could also be a player. With the Emperor reversed, he could be out of control. This could be a player wanting a one-night stand for sure because he thinks he should always get his way, or it could be out of control and ego death, all right? Falling short because he's so tired. His energies just drop suddenly, and then he can't deal. And this could be someone just getting older. It could be a grandparent as well who's losing their mind or their physical strength. So just be aware of this, all right? Because that might be someone who needs assistance. They may need to go into a full-time facility. all right? And then we have the Five of Cups. So somebody might feel sad about that, all right? But don't sit on the deliberation, because don't forget, that's the devil in the details. Bad decisions, bad judgments, deliberations, the longer you wait, the harder it is, the longer you're going to stay there. It's about getting over yourself and just doing what needs to be done. Make a decision. You can't feel guilty if someone needs to go to a home because you can't take care of them. I know, my mother's in Alzheimer's. Both of my parents chose to be there in separate rooms when she had Alzheimer's, and he didn't, but he was physically incapacitated. He still wanted to be in that facility with her separately, and they chose that ahead of time. So we always knew what to do so we wouldn't feel guilty. So don't feel guilty when people are making you feel guilty. No one who loves you should be making you feel guilty for doing what you need to do. And they have so much more attention in a facility than you could ever give them. How can one person deal with that kind of incapacity 24 hours a day? It ruins your life. You go crazy. And it's going to ruin all of the energy around you because you can't handle it. It's too much. You weren't meant to do that for your life. That's their life. They need to be cared for. Okay? And multiple people can care for one person much better than one. Okay? So don't feel guilty about that stuff. Don't forget that it's their life too. The old people go through stuff for a reason. It's their life lesson. They have to learn things that they didn't deal with in their life. So sometimes they're meant to go to a facility to allow people to love them and care for them because they felt elite or above them. And that's their lesson, to have to now be taken care of by the people they never would have given the time of day to. So now we have the Three of Swords reversed and the Four of Pentacles reversed, which is about healing, forgiving, letting go, to repair things and fix up, you know. But you might have to get rid, you have to put out some of your savings to heal yourself. Spend on yourself. Don't be afraid to do that. It's okay. You can spend some money to help yourself. It's an investment in you to heal and forgive. You're not good to anyone unless you heal, okay? And then we have the Strength reversed. So both Leo cards came up reversed again. And then we have the Six of Cups upright, all right? So this is feeling weak and coming together when you shouldn't feel weak. Don't feel nervous. Don't be afraid, right? So this is why Chicken Little couldn't cross the road, because he was frazzled. He kept going in different directions, afraid to come and meet his twin, okay? And to just let it happen naturally. It'll work itself out in the end, okay? And don't put your big butt, right, in other people's way. If you stand in the middle of the street, you're going to get run over, or someone's going to get irritated with you for being between, okay? And that could be some family member who's getting in the way of the twins coming together. It doesn't have to be the masculine. It can be Leo or ego of somebody. And then we have the Page of Wands and the Two of Pentacles, okay? And this is inspiration. Like, he's ready to go. He's proud and excited, ready to get back to work again now that there's new patterns to be created, balancing and staying at 0 point, possibly performing arts, right? Could be a child. He's eager to get back to school already. Okay, it could be anything, but it's about doing what you're passionate about. Don't do what you don't love, because you're going to be doing it for the rest of your life, back and forth every day, every day. When you love it, you don't feel that way. When you go to work and you don't like it, you dread it every day. So there's no point to your life. There's no point to making a lot of money if you don't enjoy what you do every day. Okay, so be inspired. Come what may. So there's your Annie from the musical Annie, Come What May. The Queen of Swords and the Tower reversed and the Three of Pentacles. Okay, so she's speaking her truth about the aftermath of sudden events, epiphanies, trauma, whatever fast, unexpected things came in. This is someone speaking their truth to it, okay, about coming together to co-create. This is a noble effort, coming together to learn. Right? We all learn from each other. That's a group effort. Okay? In the aftermath, everyone helps clean up the war. Okay? And we end on this card. Actually, there's another card that wants to come out with that one. Okay? Because it's about allow destiny to do its thing. You just need to go within. Go in to come out. Okay? So it's just reiterating that. All right, it's all good. You got it made. Just watch the overindulgences. Allow yourself to fall. Allow yourself to confess and drop the burdens. All right, then I could keep going all day with this stuff. All right, but then the Queen of Wands is coming up upright. But that's because she might have an addiction that she's, right? So she got her overindulgence and now she feels better again. She dropped all her burdens or responsibilities, right? So now she can feel good again. But that's not how it works, right? You do need to dump all this stuff, but this guy shouldn't be reversed. This guy should be upright, okay? So she's artificially making herself feel better, so that's not good. All right, because then that's gonna, she could get an accident, right? This could be getting stopped for drunk driving or that kind of stuff, so be careful, don't do that. And don't forget about the roofies as well. All right, as I said that, you know, the enemy comes out, so watch out. Don't let anyone mix your drinks for you. Do it yourself. And there could be someone who's out to get you, you know, who's just waiting for an opportunity to trip you up. So always be in your truth, you know. Work on your addictions if you have them. We all have them. And rise above, okay? But don't forget to connect, because this is about connecting in the 5D when it's upright. This is getting your rest. You're not going to rise up if you don't get enough sleep, all right? So make sure you do rest. Don't think too much, okay? And allow the purges when they come through. So we have the Ace of Cups coming there. So that's all about purging, allowing the tears to fall when you're not sleeping. You're going to purge, okay? Because you just need your rest. You need to connect in that downtime. And then we have the Empress and the Empress, the Ace of Wands, and the Nine of Pentacles girl. So there's some positive energy there. Whether it's a mother and daughter having fun together, they're both very independent. See, they're both sovereign. The mother, it doesn't matter what age you are. It's about everyone finding their happiness, and that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. That we're beautiful at every age. It's all about what's inside, the inspiration, the spark. All right, the bottom of the deck. I'm going to stop there because that was a nice place to stop on. Three of Wands. All right, this is stay present. Okay, stay in the present moment. Just at 0 point, you know, stay conscious of the moment so you don't react to things. Allow yourself to just see the beauty in the moment. You know, there's nothing out there for you to see. It's right here in front of your face. This was what was under there. All right, so the prison that you left behind, or the purging that you just had because you couldn't sleep. This is like you yesterday, but then today you had to go through a purge and then come back to the present again, okay? It's about coming clean with any sneakiness or half-truths. You feel better, then you purge it out, and then you come back to the present again. It's just showing you this cycle of injustice, all right? It's about happiness, not about being right or getting justice. Drink your water, get your rest, be happy. Rise and be love, you guys. Bye.